Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Defender of the Faith, God Emperor of Mankind, off here to a 1 versus 1 on Langraskaya. Between the north, we got Lenya God, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the 6th Armored Division here with Mechanized, versus in the south, we got Jove, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 21st Panzer Division with Firestorm, Scavenge and Spec Ops. Scavenge, by the way, not a doctrine you see a lot of lately. I mean, it's very much, so shall we say, been surpassed by Overwatch, but clearly someone still likes it. Triple Infantry there versus no bulletins for Lenya God. Racing saying south of here, Rifleman eastwards there for Lenya God. Second Rifle's got on the way there, pretty standard opening. Folks going to this Sturmpanzer moving westwards there, bit of barbed wire here around this Rauchenschlepper Ost. And folks are that way on the Jove to the back up. No initial say Kubelwagens, probably anticipating Mechanized, in which case a Dodge truck could very quickly lock down his Kubelwagen. More wiring off here. Jove clearly not interested in having this sort of occupied by the enemy. Raisins bring down here these seasoned munitions. Push there for the fuel point and these resources there. With the second rifle squad being dispatched westwards. Push for the centre. Sandbags up here. Thorough work. Sandbags here as well. Jove trying to cover any sort of important points and crossings with sandbags so you can mostly defend them, since usually a key element to sandbags is you usually try and set in positions where there's not a lot of good cover for you or for the enemy, so that way, so you have to fight, they usually have a much better chance of winning. For example here, there's actually no real heavy cover for the enemy to use in this regard. This point here for example is much more favourable for Jove to fight in. Here there of course is there, but this just means it's less unfavourable for Jove to fight here. Raisins being pushed back there, Dart truck out for Lenya God. Like he's going to pop the rifle squad in as soon as they're done with the point here. Bit more to go in front at the pintle mounted Browning M2 heavy caliber air machine gun. Full squad out there for Jove. For Germany. Sandbags here being dug in again on the carve point. Truck charging in there. Oberkommando West lacks Panzerfaust in the early game. That shows is one of the weaknesses here in the early game. So then you've got, there's obviously going to take advantage of that with the Dart truck, which is also why a lot of solo players tend to go for Special Rifle Command with the Scout car, since again they can very much then take advantage of this. Though, arguably the Oberkommando does have a counter, and this is double Sturm Pioneers. It's not a very seen counter, but it can work. It does require a bit more, shall we say, skill. But it is fun to just, see them charge in and then all of a sudden they just lose it to Sturm Pioneers Squad Duo. I've certainly had fun with that. Trot on the way there for Joe. Could be Battle Group Headquarters, could be Mechanized. It's a bit hard to say here. I mean, force-wise, he does have, a smaller force. We just go for Mechanized, but, he could always end up with Battle Group Headquarters. I'll be pushing for the cuff point again here. Lenya there, a bit more focused in with the Dark Truck. He can easily now charge into this, I guess, as easily, not without more support. We also got him actually taking up pretty aggressively for the platoon command post. There'll probably be some 50 calibers out here early on. Versus Joe, Jump Pioneers bringing Dark Truck there. Bandit's going to try and use the vehicle with this John in the fire with the grease guns. He's going to pop out and get at least tried to. And there we go, makes that in time. But can he, there we go. Dodge truck destroyed. So it's got the vehicle with the grease guns again, doing some extra damage up close, which will allow him to get the chance to win here. Rifle flank up behind here. And could force a full right here for Joe. There's only just one full squad left. Doing what he can here to deny Lenya God as many resources as possible. You turn them moving out. He can go for the 5th caliber. Could also go for cavalry rifle here versus Jove. And the 21st Panzer Division. Vehicle they're almost out. Rifle doing what they can. 10 moving up. Jason's flanking in. Brandhandgranate on the rifleman. And one carbines there singing off. And there we go. We got the Battle Group Headquarters up for Jove. Gonna be some quick medics. And of course it also gives you access to quick Panzerfaust. 5th caliber on the way there for Lenya God. And the 6th Armored Division rifleman westwards there. And we got Scavenge for Jove. Opening up for Jaegers. Flak Panzers. In theory anyways. Infiltration grenades, artillery strikes, and of course, thorough salvage. The Oberkommando West Flak Panzer is actually slightly better, since basically what kind of made the Ostwind really bad for the Wehrmacht is they sort of tried to buff it, but inadvertently they then just nerfed the AoE or something. I can't quite remember what it was, but they basically just overall made it perform less well, even though they try and do it by ensuring it's shot didn't get caught on anything, but it just nerfed it in any way, so it just overall does a lot less. But the Oberkommando system doesn't have that. So if you sort of know how to use the Oberkommando West Flak Panzer, it can still sort of do alright. But it does require some careful handling and understanding A, where to position it, and B, not bloody moving it all the bloody time. But it is technically better than the Wehrmacht Ostwind at the moment. Troops reinforcing, healing, setting out. Point they're being seized, and we got cavalry rifle out here for Leningrad, adding the Thompson submachine guns there. The Chicago typewriters. Saying a lot there about American literacy at that point of the war. Anyways, Rifle Nevis' false grenadiers, getting some good hits as he tried to close in into the heavy cover, but exposed himself to a lot of fire. Bit of fun here. We got Student Pioneers, Reactions, Student Pioneers east of right on the Reactions. Lieutenant got the centre of 8 point, 50 cover backing up here. And we got the big crew there, also blocking off a bit of movement here. I mean, at this point, they're just stalling since at this range, the grease guns are going to do absolutely nothing. And Jürgen there apparently got just kicked out of the way. Well, his corpse did anyways. Back here base, we got take of there, Fort Leningrad with the mechanized command post. Opening up there, likely for a Stuart light tank. Could go for the M20, but in most situations like this, people will go for the Stuart light tank. That doesn't mean you can't go for the M20. But commonly, it is the Stuart. And we got a Flak half-track for Joe. Wow, you do not see the Flak half-track a lot here lately from the Orbital Commander base. It's not like it's bad, it's just the meta doesn't, shall I say, tend to fare it a lot as such. In some ways it requires a bit more management, but the Flak half-track is actually really powerful. Honestly, getting a well-handled Flak punch can absolutely disrupt an opponent. And drive them kinda nuts. Jaegers out here for Jove. G for the fleet on the way. Grenade assault here. Of course helps a bunch in trying to break up American assaults. The infiltration tactics is a very good ability. I mean, being able to just toss a lot of grenades from any unit is very potent. Also was, very much part of German tactics, where they had the grenades for it, obviously. Stuart light tank on the way there for Leningrad, since that was part of what was essentially stormtrooper tactics, and German infantry doctrine was actually centered around the stormtroopers from World War I. So, little fun note there. A more fun fact, the first stormtroopers actually formed up from Jaegers and Sturm Pioneers, or Pioneers actually. So that's another fun note. Sturm Pioneers is the rifleman and the 5th cover there. Need to stall for the Flak half-track to moving up there. Filters are moving in. Still light tank almost down there for Leningrad, who's overall in control of the map right now very strongly here versus Jove. 5th cover there though, routing in the face of the Flak half-track. Lieutenant here could maybe add a bazooka to deal with the Flak half-track, but that's going to have to, well, obviously wait until they're in a safer spot where they're not under fire. Volker's pushing ahead here. Stuart light tank out there for Leningrad and the 6th Armored Division, the M5A1 Stuart light tank. Later in the war, there would be the M24 Chaffee light tank, which actually had a 75mm cannon, roughly on the same level as the Sherman 75mm gun. Obviously, much lighter armour. Didn't see a lot of usage, but it did see some in the late stage of the Second World War. Stuart moving up here though, Flak half-track on the way there. Stuart moving in for it though. Kedmos on the buttons, and then Jove's really not got a lot of options except just trying to screen it with the full screen to Panzerfaust to it. Kedmos was almost done there. Shots fired down the armour of the Stuart light tank. We got a mortar half-track out from Leningrad. Oh, that's an interesting move. Not one you see a lot of. But the American mortar half-track can be very powerful, in part because of the White Phosphorus barrage. Very powerful barrage, considering how cheap it is. Also pretty cheap. Oh, that's the M21 mortar half-track out. They're still pursuing the Jaegers. Riflemen turning up here, full squad on the way. Grabbing the eastern point here. Back here, troops reinforcing. Like running up there on the Stuart, shoots and misses. Overall, then you're going to remain in control of the map here. He could maybe consider bringing up a second 50 caliber to help deal with some more of this, or he could consider either upgrading for grenades or weapon racks. I mean, Leningrad right now does have a nice amount of ammunition floating about there. 50 caliber dealing with the full scale Raketum, setting up the center cover up there. Rifleman pushing with the fuel there. Joe once more forced onto the offensive. He has to attack very much hard on. And there you go, Stuart moving in there. Flanking the Flak half-track, getting for a nice hit with the with the gun. Nice hit and turn there for Joe's Raketten there. For Riesen moving up, mortar half-track firing away there so far. A bit of damage, but bit of limited success there otherwise. Troops reinforcing. We'll have to see what Langraskaya goes for next. I mean, a mortar after is very rare from the Americans, especially in 1 versus 1. So it's a very interesting choice here from Langraskaya. Very interesting play. So far, most use of the White Phosphorus barrage, which I kind of would have figured he would begin using. There's a vehicle cruiser. For some reason, my mind wanted to call them reassurance 50 cal. Then we got an ambulance, the Langraskaya got mortar. They're almost on the Sturm Pioneers. They could consider barraging here, maybe White Phosphorus, which you should believe also locks down the Flak half attack's ability to fire. And there we go, we got White Phosphorus off. Straight on the Raketenwerfer. On the Flak half, you can see there. Cannot fire its weapons at all, indicating the White Phosphorus essentially suppressed the vehicle. So you can see there, White Phosphorus barrage at the right time can actually be quite effective. We'll have to see how much a role the mortar is going to play in the longer run, though. We'll also have to see when Langraskaya decides to try and take up. Jove is not quite there yet. Rifleman turning about here. Cav Rifleman also good to go here for Langraskaya. Nothing further in terms of upgrades here for Langraskaya and America. And there he goes to the Soldier Like now. For main gun is out. Sliver of health left. Close to actually 2. Lieutenant fighting with the eggs, but on the wrong side of the cover. Wrong side of the cover, man. Mortar after there. Hammering away. Got here Rifleman versus the Folks Grenadiers. Got vehicle or Rangers or carry Rifleman up with reactions as well. Jaeger's routed. And there we go in the west of the Reactions, and the cavalry moving up with grenade assault, trying to prevent them from getting to cover up close. Blows apart an awful lot of shrubberies and other things. In the end, they are routed here. Jove is forced to fall back. Flak half attack rushing in to deal with that breakthrough in the western flank here. Vehicle routed. Flak after closing inventions, 1 rifle routed. Could begin taking up here soon enough. Troops healing and reinforcing. Triple having hit again, but Joe's about to do the same hit to Langrasakaya's fuel. Joe's taking up, is going to go for that square punch at quarters. Faster than I think Lenya can consider taking up maybe. Got that Flak after remove the 1 kill so far, but plenty of damage. Plenty of damage. Mortar half take half 8 veterans, 1 stood dealing with the focus in the east, killing them slowly. First kill on the mortar half track. And these two there is routing the Volksgrenadiere. 21st Panzer Division needs 3 organising counterattack, and there goes Schwer Panzer quarters line going to go up around here, could go close up by the fuel point. Four kills on the Stewart. Weapon racks here, opening up for bazookas and BARs. But that does delay take up here for Lenya going further. Of course, we make a breakthrough now and put more pressure on Jove. Now it might still work out. But obviously, one goal I'm anchored for Lenya is going to be getting out some of those 76mm Shermans. Lieutenant versus Jaegers here. Down the western fuel point, Real Cruise 2, they're all finding out. Sturm Pioneers routed. We got the Flak half tight there, Veterans 1. Ooh, trying to set up directly on the fuel pump. We could find himself pushed off here. And there you go. Truck is already falling back here. Stuart is going for the Flak half track. There we go, doing quite a bit of damage here. But actually not, since the shots we used shell shock actually do less damage. But I think French are moving about safely. But I think if he hadn't popped it, he probably could have gotten the Flak half track the other way. Flak half track routed, eastern side secured. Langrasakaya still remains control of most of the map, and victory points wise is also ahead. Mortar half take added again. He could consider no more white phosphorus barrages around here. Well, smokescreen to push forward for the car point. And now the Schwerpanzer quarters is being set up here by the western fuel point. Flak half setting up there pretty aggressively despite being heavily damaged. He might turn this vehicle crew into a bazooka team. That would be the most common move then. When you got a spare crew, you just turn them into an anti-tank team. And we got smokescreen there. Though not from Langrasakaya, actually from Joe's Flak half track. It looked like it might have been the mortar there laying down smoke screen here in the east. Lieutenant firing off against the Flux Grenadiers. We got 302 versus Langraskaya 433. Langraskaya still is not taking up though. It's a bit interesting. Jove following up with mortar or artillery support of his own. Going for the light infantry shots. Not a lot of badges more going on here for Langraskaya at the moment. Grenades all off here. Mortar half tracks. Almost got those Falcons alongside the Stern Raked. Oh, Raked holding up then the mortar half track. Veterans one of which does open up for the delayed fuse. High explosive barrage. Though note this is not something unique to the Americans. Other armies also had access to delayed fuses. The Germans did as well. Also heavier mortar rounds from different mortars. For example, the Germans also had a heavier mortar round for the 8cm mortar. It would of course have a bigger barrage, like bigger splash. But obviously with less range and had more high explosives to pack in, but obviously it packed more of a punch. So little fun fact there about mortars. Got the camera rifle moving forward here. Veteran 2 going straight for the Flux. We've got the Flak half time moving up here, close to Veteran 2. Big 2 points wise at 273 versus the Americans 433. A rope maintaining pressure. Jaegers moving up here slowly. 10 kills for Das Vaterland. Stuart moving up here, 7 kills, closing on the ace level. Troops healing reinforcing. Still no tech up for Langraskaya. My god. Haha. Jaegers there close to being murdered if they're not careful. Halfway to 52 there on the mortar after that. Mortar barrage here with some white phosphorus. Quickly helpful, just regular one. Got the line for gun up here for Jove, the light infantry shots. There you go, machine gun opening up here. Will he barrage that? Will he try to silence it? There we go, we got white phosphorus off from Langraskaya and the 6th Armored. Likely on that MG-34. There we go, slowly enveloping them in a white toxic cloud. Very incendiary toxic clouds, and basically if you weren't burned by it, the smoke itself is also pretty harmful for you. Overall, very nasty stuff. Flak half taking away, though eventually 2-5 kills. We've got the Lieutenant, the 5th coming up and pushing back the Jaegers in the east. Stuart rushing forward with the straight to the Raked Alpha. Ace level there, he is quickly breaking off there. Like Kevin, there's a spotting now, could be in trouble there. Mortar fire raining down here from the mortar half track. Closing in eventually 2. We got a grenade assault here trying to catch up all the bunch of infantry. Nice attempt there by Jove, at least forced to retreat. Jove's got manpower there floating about. Langraskaya is finally taking up and then pushed pretty fast here for Sherman. And again, likely going to be the 76mm Sherman, which is not particularly much more expensive than a regular Sherman, really. 5th Cavalry 10 moving up here, floats Jaegers out in the open there, go quickly suppressed. Troops healing. Will he go for the Sherman now? Will he go for it later? Joe, meanwhile, is still some time off from a Pentaphone. There you go, 76mm Sherman on the way for Langraskaya and the 6th Armored Division as Joe launches another frantic counterattack to push back the Americans. In the west, Langraskaya got the bazookas in hand to harass the western field point. He's going to find himself with a bit of surprise waiting for him in the form of that Schwer Panzer quarters. Still landing nice hits there. Very accurate now, of course, thanks to the veteran fleet. Also very speedy. Flak half taking up, and there you go, direct hit here. Again, pop shell shot, which again I'll remind you actually decreases the damage done. I mean, it basically just prevents the flak half track from shooting back, but it's not going to shoot back when it's moving, so you'd still be better off just shooting at it regularly. All the way, 76mm Sherman almost done there for Langraskaya. Jove is actually going for an Oberstland squad, putting him at a total of 6 infantry squads. That is a lot of infantry for Jove. Might in fact be a bit much, but if anyone could probably handle it, it might be Jove. But it's certainly not something I recommend for the average player. I mean, always 5 squads is sort of the recommendable maximum for me. 5th Cavalry almost done. Going for a Panther for Joe. He might change that once he sees the 76mm Sherman, since the Panther overall performs better versus it. Then again, he might just stick to the Panther at least for now. In the face of this Sherman tank. Overslot now. Light machine gun hopefully being added soon enough. There you go. Panther 4 still on the menu here. So then you got Sherman hammers away here at Jove's infantry. Jaeger's right here, Ken opens up, lands a nice hit, smokes an officer, we've got grenades up as well there for Langraskaya. Very nice, very nice. Panther 4 halfway done there, Orbison's going to find themselves a bit on the receiving end. No munitions for grenades. Except the infiltration grenade assault, that one's in cooldown there. Good grenade off here from Langraskaya. It doesn't miss a beat here to try and wipe out Jove's orbital Darden. Victory points rise to 224 versus 188. Machine gun pushing back the Lieutenant. Panther 4 almost done. Almost got the machine gun. Mortar after it there. Could possibly move up a bit further close, and there you go. Veggie 2 gaining the mortar after track. Line for gun there, trying to sail in the right. And there you go. Mine goes off on the orbital by the looks of it. Drake's hit by the Kenner from the Stud Light Tank. Both of Langraskaya's tanks are neat repairs. Got the Mega fighting to defend the centre victory point as Joe moves up the west side. Stream Pioneers Panther 4 on the move. No pin up machine gun here for his Panther 4 yet. Ooh, nice mortar hit here on the Focus. Didn't get any wipes, still did a lot of damage. In the east ranges of rifle, cavalry rifle, damn, why do I want to call it rangers, damn it. There you go, grenade assault again. Easily just spammable when it's 15 munitions. I mean, it really delay or this real setback to that one is just actually for, you know, an infantry build like that, it has a big cooldown. On the other hand, again, its cost really makes it worth it in most cases. Bazooka dropped. Let's go there for Langraskaya in the 6th Armour. US Panther was going to repairs here, troops in reinforcing. Langraskaya is not far off from another 76mm shell, which means Joe's Panther 4 is going to find itself a bit more gunned. Ooh, nice mortar hit there. Closing in on the ace level already, in fact. Pretty good stuff there. 50 cavalry wiped out here, bit of a loss for Langraskaya. There you go, the Panther 4 moves forward. Germany hammering away, half needs to get out of there. Half needs to get away with the vehicle with the bazooka. Direct hit on the half track. A kid from up the Sherman. Sherman needs to reposition as well. In these, we've got the Stud moving up to the Lieutenant, trying to flank in the west side. We're also going to push here as well. Big 2 points wide, so 208 versus 396. The kid never routed. Panther fast off in the Stud Light Tank. And then you got need to get his stuff repaired. Orbs unfortunately in the suit, trying to get away desperately. Lieutenant out in the open. Ooh, good grenade throw here. Or at least, I think. Oh no, ends up retreating into it. That's less good. Finding west here, Rifle pinned down. Back here, reinforcement, half tracks, and Sherman's under repair. Stuart's going to need repairs as well. Panther 4 receiving and most needed servicing. Also, I do believe the Americans actually later on the white had a mortar haft with a bigger mortar mounted on. I believe it was roughly around 100mm. That's a little fun note. We got a booby trap up there. On the other hand, the Germans never mounted anything bigger than 80mm on their mortar half takes during the war, from what I know. Grenade assault here. Fell way too short there for Joe. They're a bit of a waste of munitions then. But then again, only 15 munitions. So not the biggest loss anyways. Orbital unrouted, central victory point being seized. Riflemen versus Jaegers. There goes Sherman on the move again. Second Sherman on the way there for Langraskaya and the 6th Armored. Got that Panther 4 moving in. 50 caliber is not recruited here though by Langraskaya. I think trying to get close enough to the cavalry to pull off the anti-tank satchel, but Jove is obviously having none of that if he can avoid it. So pulls back the Panther 4 to safety. Sherman in there. Kevin is backing up there as I've mentioned before. Kevin over by the way. Ace mortar half track now by the way for Langraskaya. 6 kills, plenty of damage. Oh, nice hit there on the mortar half of a Kevin effort. Mortar half did take a nice hit. There we go. The other Sherman still moving up here. Actually, a blind hit. Now this is much better usage of it. Obviously here, the damage from the Stud doesn't matter much. Whereas again, ensuring that the Panther 4 cannot fire back on the Sherman is great here for Langraskaya. Almost got the Panther 4 here. Can he get it out? Shot bounced. Close one here. Close one. He didn't even get like with the Stuart. I think had the Stuart just helped to focus down the Panzer IV. He might actually had a shot there, so the Panzer IV tank to fully destroy it. Still, he didn't lose the tank in the process, so it's not too bad there for Leningrad. The problem would have been if he actually lost the tank without getting Jove's Panzer. Victory points wise, finished 60 versus 206. Same Sherman on the move here. Plus, I'm taking hits. This Sherman being repaired. Mortar half tank hammering away. 7 kills. Panzer IV being repaired. Booby trap there. Sort of a nice, I suppose, insurance from the machine gun just from getting rushed here by Leningrad. 7 kills in the Orbs, then heads eastwards. Around the centre victory point. Again, Shem almost good to go. And it's actually not far off from getting a third 76mm Shem, which I think definitely spelled trouble there for Jove. And by the looks of it, Joe is realising he's going to need something more than just keep, pouring in Panzer IVs here. I suspect Joe's next move is going to be a Panther. But he couldn't try and go for the King Tiger. But it's what I'd recommend though under the current circumstances. Folks, the Jaegers here finding out vehicle crew or rear sons with the bazooka standing about. Cavalry rifle here versus the Jaegers. Both Shermans operable here. And of course the mortar figures as well. Okay, now for the opening up using its increased range. Lots of firing here, Victor. Point almost ceased in the west one. Cavalry rifle need to fall back, need to grab these ones while they can. Machine gun though of course is covering that. Pushing both jumps against the cannon. There you go, we got artillery strike called in. He wants it dead, he wants to destroy, but it's a bit difficult to attack a legendary fire cannon with head on using just Shermans. Oh, that was a close one. Boom trap went off there, they can be set off by explosions like that. Didn't quite wipe out the machine guns. I suppose Jove did get lucky, just a tad. Still going in there. Shamsa can't support. I'm not entirely sure what he was hoping to achieve with his move there, Mr. Leningrad. Except planning for a ways to the light tank, or he just, had a brain fart. Stood there though, cleared out. Jove can go for the Panther now, and there you go. Begins the preparations for the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Basically destroy this mortar after since it was clear to opponents trying. If he tried to just grab it anyways, he'd just risk losing Sturmpanzer, so you might as well just destroy it just in case. Panther opening up the advancing rifle, but with a lack of anti-tank support, they're rather exposed to the Panther IV. Also, they're finding further coverage there from infantry as the Panther IV hammers away. Sherman's going ahead, he needs more Sherman support. Note while he's actually firing the HVAP rounds, which while having a slow rate of fire have better accuracy and penetration than the light, to actually damage the Panther IV. Also, in fact, almost wiped out here by the rifleman's advance. Okay, not the Sherman, need to fall back with that one. Panther almost down there for Jove and the 21st Panzer Division. Note that in Normandy, the 21st Panzer Division's Panthers would actually have been from the 2nd Panzer Division, which in the hand received its Panthers from the 116th Panzer Division. Fun fact. Nasty. So of course the HVAP rounds are less effective versus infantry as well. But of course are more useful versus more armoured German tanks. Looks like the gun wasn't quite paying attention there, and he's actually taking a lot of damage to the Sherman without really doing any damage here to Jove's Panther. That is great for Jove. Less solid for Leningrad. He kills that mortar. It's about to get rushed here by the Panther. It's stuck up here on the strategic point. Oh, the Panther is not going Leningrad's way. He's going to lose it. There's no way it's going to make it back home. There you go. Jove's going to kill it. He's going to finish it. There we go. Mortar half straight down. Sherman is going for the flank. Great hit here on the Panther with the HVAP round. Panther trying to work getting hit with anti-tank rifle grenades, but not quite enough here to damage the engine yet, at least. Sherman, they're trying to do more damage to the Panther. Does take down to half health, but the Sherman is taking rather a brutal beating in the process. Moving up the west side here for the victory point there, we got China 92 with 224. Jove is sending his Panther straight at Leningrad space. Gaining metatonin with Panther, he's risking a bit here. Panther did some damage here to the... or Sham did some damage to the Panther, of course the Panther didn't return. Almost 53 there. Panther blitzes away. Shot bounces off the Panther's armor there. Pretty lucky for Jove. Though overall statistically the Panther still have a good advantage against most tanks at long range due to its armor. But still kind of lucky there considering how low in health it was. I could have gone quite wrong there for Jove. Quite wrong. Major pulling back, troops are reinforcing. Sherman's being fixed up. You can, well, he's got the fuel for another one. The question, of course, he can actually manage to assemble the manpower need to go for a third Sherman, or to say a tank destroy or something like that. Panther being seeing repairs, very good. Sherman closing on legendary 3 there, the ace level, orbital out and routed. Panther hammering away, closing on legendary 3. Grenade off on the Flux Grenadiers, casualties pouring out. Carry off as Flux resistance as well. Oh, corpse set flying, there we go. Panther engaging the recovery of the Sherman. Ever so close to the ace level, but not quite there. Straight around for the Panther, full collapse of the house nearby. Leningrad still has the victory point lead over Jove here, but otherwise things are looking a bit more tenuous. So 2-5 raining down here. Sherman moving ahead here, closing eventually 2. Jaeger's caught in a bad spot. Could risk getting crashed here by the Sherman. There we go. Some poor souls being slaughtered by the Sherman tank. And there you go. Panthers on the move. Half HP, 2 vexes gained here for the 76-man Sherman. Shot fired, bounced off of Panther's armor. Second shot went through. Sherman then pushed ahead. Oh, he's gaining the ace level. He's taking a lot of damage. Got Steering Punch with a Panther Strike as well. And there you go. He gets the Panther 4, but at the cost of his ace Sherman. It's quite a blow there to the Leningrad. But Joe still has the Panther, which is now by way veteran to only making it tougher, and that's harder for Leningrad to deal with when he's only got one Sherman, no tank destroyers. There he's going for one, and no anti-tank guns. So quite a pickle there for Leningrad. And the 6th Armored Division in the face of Jove and the 21st. Panther's going to need some repairs. Schnell. Major popping a smoke screen there. Rifling up into the orbital garden. Lenkörper. Interesting move there, but not bad at all. Got a grenade off. Ooh, he was hoping to retreat first. Still gets most of the orbital squad there. And Light's going to get a wipe unless Jove gets very lucky, which apparently Jove did. Grenade assault, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, the blend cover they could also help sort of finish things off. Ooh, that didn't work out thanks to the 50 caliber. Another Panther 4 for Jove. And the Jackson's almost done there for Leningrad. Almost done for democracy. And there you go. Tank destroyer out here, the M36 Jackson. Grabbing the eastern victory point. Another Panther 4 on the way for Jove. Jackson shown on the move directly on the Panther. KMF opening up there. Ace level still. Project it on the Sherman. Yak Panther on the way for Jove. Panther is roughly at half health. But shot bouncing there. Kevin was Steering Punch able to back up the Panther. Trying to get away here still. Oh, there we go. Direct hit from KMF on it. Sherman's almost got it still. He's exposed himself. Oh, nice hit from the Panther on the Jackson. Closing in 4 there. Yak Panther almost done. Leningrad here falling back quickly. Panther's in hot pursuit. And this Leningrad surrenders, a loss for America, freedom, democracy, a victory for Jove and Germany, Deutschland. A nice little fight here with Leningrad at several times leading, but I feel like at times not quite capitalizing his advantages fast enough. versus Joe, and also feel like he was just popping that shell shock on the Flak half track when he didn't really need to, so kind of missed opportunities, I think, to destroy it there. He could also, I think, benefited a bit from some more aggressive maneuvering at times. I mean, he tends to focus a lot on the centre, and there were no smoke changes from his mortar after it, though I do think it was an interesting way he sort of used it, but sadly I don't think it was quite enough. Joe would say played a very solid, game there. Constantly kept his opponent under pressure, outmaneuvered him and whatnot. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Every dollar lasts me to keep doing this day after day. So thank you all. Beforehand, if you're doing, of course, thanks for all those who have donated or pledged on Patreon. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you tomorrow again from another Sunday episode. Bye.